We're not borrowing that again, by the looks of it.
Cheers. Is that your first ever one?
Yeah.
Nice. Enjoy.
We are 6 minutes away from delivering £10,000 worth of check. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing, everybody? How's everyone's weekend? Monday already, which means another draw day. I thought I'd switch it up. Nicola, how are we doing? I was going to say you guys are normally on the Book of Faces. Now you're on the YouTube. How are we doing? Jace, what's up? Adam? Yeah, the trip was awesome. Hans Zimmer was absolutely incredible, I must be honest. Really good trip away. I don't know, Chris and Ray enjoyed themselves as well. It was good. Not too bad. Nicola, not too bad. Getting there. Doing Shivani, we good? Nobody on Facebook. Natalie, Ruth, how are we doing? But yeah, really incredible. Really good drive, really good experience. Got to check out Bruges, which none of us have been to before, so that was pretty decent. But we got to go back to Ghent again, which if anyone fancies like a trip to Europe, I would recommend Ghent, just within Belgium. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad, Natalie. I am getting there. Lisa, what's up? Yeah, Facebook's doing my head in. Yeah, I think there's been a couple of outages today across many major platforms. You've probably seen on socials and stuff as well. So all I can assume is that maybe there's a little bit of repercussions going through the motions. I had the house to myself all weekend and did sweet FA, so it was the best. What games did you play then? Did you play anything? Strange if we both do it on the same day. But yeah, this is a pre-live. If you haven't seen already, look on here. This is a pre-live chat. This is not the live draw. This is just where I like to have a little chin wag with our community, let you know what's ending. I'll run through the introductions and stuff in a second. Also, if there's anyone that's new here and you're unsure to enter competitions, I talk through that a little bit. I explain instant wins a little bit. But outside of all of that, there is an FAQ on the website, of which, you know, covers multiple topics from instant wins to is this real, how can you enter, who can enter, etc. is all there for you. But I do try and cover as much of that as I go through as well. That's because he's not anymore. Natalie left the business. I've not played Battlefield. I downloaded it, I think the day after it was due out, or a couple of days after, and I played a little bit, but I've been playing Ghost of Yotai, so I've been trying to put time to that instead and try and actually complete a game rather than get lost in the likes of Battlefield. Not too bad, Gaza. Not too bad. And Gaza's changing it as well, because he normally watches on Twitch and he's now watching on Facebook. Everyone's swapping around. Everyone's swapping around. So chat, I'm going to go through the introductions. So if I'm new to your screen, I'm Scott. I'm one of the company directors here at CompCity Giveaways. Both myself and Ray launched this company back in 2020. So we're well established within the industry now. Every single prize you see on the website has a guaranteed draw. There are no extensions or rollovers at all. And as you can see, there's been a couple of little updates on the site, so you'll see that Trustpilot's president at the top again. Over 3,000 Trustpilot reviews, so a huge thank you for everyone that has left reviews there, but also Google as well. We're rated highly on Google, and it'd be awesome if you've left a review recently to go to the bottom of the site, click write review, and leave us a review on Google as well, just so we can build that profile up a bit more as well, because everybody knows what Trustpilot is, which is incredible for those of you that have left us reviews over the years. But if you haven't left a Google one yet, that would be much appreciated. But yeah, so yeah, well established within this industry, and like I say, every single prize you see on the website has a guaranteed draw, and I'll talk through all of these in a moment. What I will do is I'm going to use the Doom PC as an example for how you enter a competition, because it's not even 11% sold yet, or maybe it just about is 11% sold. And 4 PCs have been found out of 10 already. So it just goes to show you never know when instant wins are going to drop. And if you're new to CompCity or competition sites in general and wondering what instant wins are, I will go through that in a second. But so chat, how do you enter a competition? So find a comp that you want to obviously enter in for. The majority of our competitions offer a cash alternative as well. So if you're ever unsure, you'll see it outlined here on every competition. And also the same with our instant wins. It'll outline if there's a cash alternative or not within the instant win prize table. So yeah, find a competition that you want to enter in for, of course. I'm going to be using the Doom V3 PC, which while we're here, I may as well flick through some photos of this beast. Absolutely stunning build, built in-house. It's got a Doom version, so Doom the Dark Ages version of the Asus ROG Astral RTX 5080. Absolutely insane build, built in-house right here at CompCity HQ. And I bloomin' loves it. Yeah, absolutely stunning build this. But yeah, 25 pence an entry for this one. So anyway, so I'm using this as an example. Get yourselves involved in a competition that you want to enter in for. So select how many tickets you want to go in for, hit enter now, go through the checkout process, complete your payment. Once that's been, how are we doing, Cruisy boy? Getting in, my man? Not too bad. Already, flipping ass gone fast, Gaz. I hope you're okay, dude. Hope you're okay. Oh, I would love to play Battlefield. It's what got me into gaming. And Battlefield 2 started on my PC, nowhere near meets the minimum. Yeah, it's a high fidelity game now. Battlefield 2 was incredible. I played little bits of it. Ray was heavily into Battlefield 2. One of the probably the best pilots I've seen on Battlefield, if I'm honest. Crazy. That's the other thing. Yeah, Adam's right there. If you've got a console, so Xbox Series X or PS5, you could play it on that. It does hold frames really well. Looks like it plays really well. I've seen some of the community uploading videos of it playing really well. So it looks decent. How are we doing, Math? You good? So yeah, where was I? Entering a competition. So yeah, select how many tickets you want to enter in for, go through the checkout process, complete your payment, and you'll be met with a thank you for your order page, which will outline obviously what you spent on that order and what tickets have been allocated to you. Now, if you're entering an instant win competition, they're always clearly labeled, or always say instant wins or something in the title. And they'll each have an instant win table underneath. Now, these are updated automatically. So we'll use Christian Morris as an example. So what Christian Morris did is he entered for the Doom V3 PC, checked out. Once the payment was complete, the website gave him the Doom number 666. And he was owed a PC, or so an RTX 5070 gaming PC, or £1,000 cash. Now, in that thank you for your order page, it would have told him there and then what he won and with what ticket number. Outside of that, if you miss that prompt, you will receive a separate instant win email confirming what you've won and with what ticket number. Failing that, we will follow up via email, or later on, if there's still no response, we obviously try and give you a call or a text. So please, when you're signing up for the website, make sure that your details, especially your telephone number or email address, are correct, so we can get hold of you and you know, reunite you or unite you with your prize. So that's how instant wins work. Nice and simple. As I say, the website randomly allocates you your numbers, and if you're lucky enough to match one when you check out, you basically get your name goes here automatically, like Christian. And more recently, Phil. Phil was the person who bagged the fourth PC today. So congratulations, Phil, if you're watching. Yeah, you opted for the PC, so we'll get those ordered on Wednesday. Now, how is it we pick our winners, chat? So the beauty with Comp City giveaways is, and we've done this since day one, is our entry lists are always pre-published. So the reason comps close at 6 p.m. is it gives us a chance to get the entry list on the website for you. So you can basically see who's entered what, how many tickets, etc, etc, etc. I'll open a fresh one up, close that one, let this load, and zoom in for you. So an entry list will show you what we're drawing for. The formatting should be better now I'm on the home PC, because when I was away, I was trying to get this sorted and centralize it, and it was literally, because I was working on the laptop, it was just given 2 columns. And I couldn't, so we had to shift this over, unmerge it, shift it over, and that's why it looks a bit funky. But it should be a bit tidier now I'm on the home PC setup, rather than do an entry list from a hotel in Belgium. Well, it was an ex-monastery actually that we were in Belgium, which was incredible place to stay. I gotta be fair, beautiful city, Ghent. So anyway, getting distracted, the monasteries. So yeah, a competition will always show you what we're drawing. So an entry list, sorry, will always show you what we're drawing for, total amount of tickets that should have sold, and the cost. Now, because we guarantee every single draw, if a competition doesn't sell out, you will see the missing ticket numbers in the entry list. For the reason being, those, if it didn't sell out, obviously they're going to be missing ticket numbers as well. We actually went to Cologne, Carlton. We went to watch Hans Zimmer in Cologne, and because we drove there, we stayed in Bruges first, then went to Cologne the following day, stayed there the night after watching Hans Zimmer, and then we came back to Ghent and then left back for Le Châtel. But Ghent's absolutely insane anyway. It was lush there. So it was myself, Ray, Chris, and one of Chris's good mates came with us to watch Hans Zimmer, which was blimmin' lovely. So yeah, entry list will show missing ticket numbers, or you'll see missing ticket numbers, sorry, in the entry list if a comp hasn't sold out. We still use the same ticket number range though, and this is how we do it. So if we go to Google, I've had to type in Google's random number generator today, because when I just did, I'll see if it pops up again now. If I just do random number generator, sometimes for some reason this weird advert pops up. So if I go back to Google's, it gets rid of that advert for us. And this is what we use. It's Google's integrated RNG. Now and again, you might see random.org at the top of the site. Ignore that. We use this. Now, chat, can I have numbers from you in chat? I'll show you how this works on the pre-live. It doesn't matter what the number range is, because I'm not doing a live draw just yet. We'll be doing that from 7. So give me some numbers. I'll show you how it works. Ryan, how are we doing? Like we did from there was not bad. Like, still went smooth. Yeah, it was all right from there. It was a good laugh doing it from the hotel. And I didn't realize OBS was still. It didn't look a bit like this because I haven't got all of the setups on my laptop. But it was enough, you know, that we could stream and still do a live draw. My brain stops braining whilst trying to move. Because I thought I'd play it on PC, but with controller because keyboard and mouse. I see what you're saying now. See, I find keyboard and mouse is quite natural for FPS. WASD is normally shift to run, C to crouch, control to prone sometimes, depending on your setup. But yeah, it's pretty decent. Anything else I missed in here? Whereas I prefer okay, so Natalie prefers keyboard and mouse. That's fair. That's more than fair. For FPS, I do prefer keyboard and mouse, but for years I played a lot. I was actually really good on like the likes of Battlefield, Gears of War. That's a third person though, not FPS. Call of Duty. But I'd always have like the pad with the extra buttons on, so I could try and for as long as I could keep my thumbs on the sticks when in motion. But yeah, I took to keyboard and mouse quite quick. I've only technically been on PC for as long as Comp City's been going in terms of FPSs. But yeah, it didn't take me long to get into. How we doing? I don't know if I can say that out loud, but we'll just call him Sum. Yeah, we'll just call you Sum on Twitch. I do like the, or if I say that, Facebook might be like, you said a naughty word. Oh, I have a PS5, but can't play shooters on there for the life of me. Yeah, do you know what? I don't know if I could play on a control pad now for FPS. Like anything else, like I've been playing Ghost of Yotai and any third person stuff, and Single player games, yeah, but FPS, I don't think so. No, I think I'd struggle with it. I think I would struggle. Right, let's get some numbers from chat. So what did we have? We got Cruz with 696969. Who else we got? We got Jace Turner with 199999. So chat, imagine this is a competition that we're drawing for. All I'm going to do is I'll line the mouse that would generate, as you can see here. I'll then pick the mouse up, and then I'll click a button. Each time that I press this button, as you can see, it's going to randomly find a number between that number range. Now, if we land on an unsold number, all I'm going to do, chat, is come back to this and keep hitting generate until we find our winners. That's nice and simple. That's what I'll be doing on the live draw, and I run through this demo again anyway. So again, you will see this on the live draw. Yeah, YouTube is like 15-20 seconds behind. I think it is a bit of a, and I don't know why, because it's going through Restream. Restream's on the same what's it called? Oh, not time lapse. Basically, like where you delay. It's like a stream delay. That's it. Stream delay. Keyboard and mouse is awful control scheme for his left. I'm left-handed, Brian, and I love keyboard and mouse. I couldn't imagine. I'm left-handed, right? So I write with my left hand. If I'm playing basketball, I shoot with my left hand, but I can dribble with both. But if I was to do it the other, I just couldn't do that. I could not have a mouse in my left hand. It just feels unnatural. My cousin as well, I know so when he's got a knife and fork, he puts the knife in his left hand and the fork in his right hand, which is technically correct, because if your cutting hand should be your dominant hand, but that just feels unnatural to me. Fork in the left hand, knife in the right. So yeah. Okay, good to know. So tonight I will migrate to Facebook, Harrison says. I do both controller and keyboard and mouse, depends on game. Racing games has to be controller. Yeah, racing games 100% controller. Any form of driving game. So like, if I play, so say GTA 6 finally releases, I would likely play that on the PC with a control pad. I don't think I would play it keyboard and mouse, to be fair. And then keyboard, yeah. Myself and Rayshev, we've been running this for 5 years now, nearly. So the official date of the website launch was the 13th of December 2020. So we're approaching that date now. So yeah, 5 years we've been running this company for, myself and Ray. So we've been, well, I can introduce the team here actually. I can bring it in. So here's the team. You've got myself and Ray, the company directors. We got Mum, aka Candy's our customer services manager, and then we got Chris, our operations manager. So Mum's primarily the one that deals with, so Candy deals with all of the instant win payments, although I'm taking over that for the week because she's on annual leave. And then Chris is the guy who will get your prizes out to you then, and sort of liaises with you live draw winners and stuff. I'm left-handed, could never use cutlery that way around. What? So do you use it like I do as a left-handed person? So your knife in the right hand? Obviously, I'm flipped. So your knife in the right hand and your fork in the left hand, Nick? So for me, so what I use, Brian, I use a G502 mouse, wireless, which is comfortable and ergonomic because it's slightly tilted for a right hand. What I tend to do with being technically left-handed, obviously, is I don't play with my keyboard dead straight. I do shift the keyboard like away from me a little bit, so it's slightly tilted, so it's not dead straight. It's probably like on an angle here, so my left hand rests like more naturally. Yeah, and then I've got a huge mouse pad, so I allow for plenty of distance for you to be able to move your mouse and stuff as well. So yeah. Oh yeah, Mum's a legend. I've got to say that though. Oh, she'll put me over in knee. She likes to say. But no, for myself and Ray being able to hire Mum a few years back to do the job that she's doing now, she's been an absolute credit. I love seeing, because myself and Ray very rarely check on what she's doing. She's just autonomous. She's just so great with you lot. I've seen like some of the chats she has with you in the inbox or emails and stuff like that. And yeah, she's an incredible, incredible addition to the team. So yeah, it's good. I can write with both quite well, but fork in the right hand is yeah. I can kind of write with my right hand, not great. I think if anything happened to my left hand, it wouldn't take me long to write with my right hand. I tend to drink with my left hand more so, but I can drink with my right. I'm just thinking now, what else I do? If I'm cooking, it's my left hand normally. But then if I'm taking something out, so like eggs or whatever, I then adjust where I'm holding the handle with my right hand, and then if I'm using the spatula, I use my left hand. So, yeah, I can write with both quite well. Little bit of tragedy, really, Chef. So me and Ray were playing other comp sites and stuff anyway, and we joked that, oh, we could do this. So two reasons that we started it is Ray lost a brother and then gained his what he likes to call his fur baby, his little daughter, Roxy, who's now 11. She's an English bulldog, old English bulldog or old new. I get confused. She's a bulldog, but one of the breeds. If Ray's listening, he'll probably correct her now. I always forget. It's one of the two. Not old English. Yeah, there's a few different bulldogs, but she's huge. She's gorgeous. So Ray then needed to find something that would potentially allow him to work from home or give him flexi hours. My dad passed away 5 years ago, or just over 5 years ago. Don't worry, no love lost. It was an estranged relationship. And there was some small inheritance come through, basically. So between those two, I knew I had some money coming in, and I was either potentially going to use it for a deposit towards a house, or I took the risk of staying with mum even longer when the money comes through, because I was living with mum at the time, and invest it in Comp City. And short story or long story short, here we are 5 years later. We decided to invest sort of in ourselves, and you know, we're here 5 years later with 2 communities, over 8,000 members in Facebook, over 7,000 members on Discord. You know, an absolutely combined awesome community, and it's allowed us to be able to, you know, deliver competitions to you week in and week out. So it's been an incredible journey. Obviously it has its stresses sometimes, as does any business, of course. But yeah, that's what one of the reasons, or the main reason that we are here. And then obviously, you know, it's something that began to perform quite well, and we've just been able to maintain the motion of it, shall we say. And we wouldn't be here. The one thing that you'll hear us say quite often if you're new here is that, especially when we have conversations like this, is that we're so grateful for our community and for those that get involved every week, because, you know, ultimately you're the reason that we are still here, being able to, you know, pay mum and Chris's wages and mine and Ray's and stuff like that, and still be able to deliver, you know, competitions and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. We do need to make money to survive. But yeah, it's definitely been awesome. And as I say, the community have added to that, and that's something that myself and Ray, when we first launched this, is what we wanted to do slightly different from what we saw from competitors back then. Is rather than, competitions are great, of course they are, it's how you're going to make your money. But the community behind it, I think, adds to that more so. It makes our lives easier. We can also use it for both community giveaways as well as advertising and letting you know, guys, this is what's ending. But ultimately, as I say, without our community, we wouldn't be here. So it's been incredible, to be honest. And we always like to extend a thank you for everybody that gets involved. We guarantee the draws from day one. And I think you'll find how transparent we are. We used to have a clause in our terms and conditions where, and we never, ever, ever, ever acted on it. But if a competition was doing bad, for example, there was, within our clause, we could extend the competition, we could rerun it. We soon, because we never acted on it, we soon removed that from our terms and conditions completely. So the one thing I would say is go down to the bottom of the site, view our terms. I can bring them up on this is the one thing that me and Ray were like, if we're going to do terms and conditions, we don't want super small print, we want it to read like a newspaper, and have a flick through. As I say, we're very transparent with what we do, and it's something that, you know, I think has been helped us massively as well is the transparency and building that trust. And then obviously it's one of the reasons that we'll ask for reviews on Trustpilot or Google, because that helps us as well. If someone new comes along, if I'm honest, one of the first places I check is Trustpilot. So the fact that we've maintained a 5-star rating in 5 years is incredible, thanks to you lot. And also, although we've got a lot less reviews on Google, you know, we're still maintaining a 5-star rating there as well. And I think the other thing for us as well is our, again, I'm not blowing our own trumpet, it's just because we hear things about other situations, but I know our customer services is really good. And again, myself, Ray, even Mum, we all come from a customer services background. We all worked in call centers when we were younger. So we know how to deal with customer services and stuff like that. And there's that human element with us. Like, we've got, obviously, some of our emails are automated, and when you get payments, there's an automation there. But there's always a chance to get hold of somebody, especially on our Facebook or Instagram. You will get an automated reply, of course, just so you're not sat there waiting like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But there's always a human at the other end, you know, outside of those automated systems or CRMs that we can call them. There's always a human at the other end. If there's any further issues, you can always reach out via email. You can always drop us a message on Facebook or Instagram. And because we've got the likes of the Business Suite app on our phone, we can, myself and Ray, can reply out of hours if needed. But primarily, obviously, it's customer services time between 9 and 5. But anything urgent, as I say, myself and Ray can step in or step up to get. And I think that's gone a long way for this business and or this business model, is because it's not a. Well, even now, I'm having a chat with you. I am trying to say, guys, the comps are undersold. Get some tickets, of course. This is what these pre-lives are about, to let you know what's ending as well as how it works. But also, it's the trust and transparency behind it all, I think, has been one of the main things that people are attracted to. Because it's not like, here's the comps. We're doing 9 comps a day. Well, the live draw will be done in 10 minutes. Ta-ra, goodbye. We take the time to have a conversation. We have a little bit of back and forth like we're doing now, right now in chat. So yeah, it's good. You guys go way and above and beyond for all of us. The fact you guys run it together is what makes sense. Yeah, and that's another thing I didn't really touch on, really. So I've said about it's me and Ray. You can read the About Us page and stuff anyway, but me and Ray have been best mates now for over 25 years. What are we in? 2025? We became like close around the age of 11. We're 36 this year. So yeah, 25 plus years me and Ray have been best mates, and we decided to give it a go. I know that was a long that was quite a long sidestep, but yeah, I know some of you guys like hearing the backstory, some of you are new here and kind of wondering what we're about. So you'll always find honesty here, and as I say, the customer services side of things comes across in that as well. Best community and best comp site ever. That's the thing as well. Don't worry, I do the American way, which is cut food and then switch to eat. Everyone in the community loves your mum, Scott. We've seen where your good nature comes from. Yeah, Mum's an absolute gem, to be fair. So Candy, well, say Candy, you know her as Candy. I know her as Mum. She's an absolute gem. She's really great at what she does. And it's nice to see the kind words in chat as well. So thank you for the lovely messages. It's nice to see sometimes, that's for sure. I basically pay like a tenner for my PC. How can I have an opinion in you guys that isn't 10 out of 10? And that's the thing, as long as you... So the one thing stop making me tear up. I know, I'm in an emotional place right now. So yeah, I'll be the same, Natalie. We'll cry together. But the one thing myself and Ray have always encouraged, even though we're part of like the, we follow the Gambling Commission guidelines, we would suggest and always recommend, please play responsibly. So whilst we're talking about this, and yes, you can win stuff for half the, a fraction of the cost, play within your means, play responsibly, don't overextend yourself financially. And if you need a break, take a break. When you're logged in on the website, go to the account section, look at responsible play, and you can put in like a self-exclusion, normally action within 24 hours, and you can set a break for a couple of weeks or a few months. The choice is yours. And action those. Just know that if you submit 3 months, it will stick at 3 months. If you submit 3 weeks, it'll stick at 3 weeks. At the end of the day, if we were to withdraw those any earlier, there's no point in having that restriction in place. So it's just as I say, just making sure that you play responsibly, enjoy your time. Scott, can you do the Legendary Tech Bundle the way you used to, consoles and PCs? Was that the way you used to with the consoles and the PC and the Amazon voucher and that again? Oh, the bigger ones. We'll eventually do a bigger one. I think we'll go back to that at some point. The issue was it was starting not to perform that well, so we wanted something fresh. That's why we started doing the in and out bundle. It's why we've done a smaller version, so the odds are better for you. And also, obviously, the cash alternatives are much bigger on the Legendary Tech bundles as well, like the large ones that we've done. So there's something that will come back eventually, but as a business, you've also got to try new things, as well as obviously you need to attract new customers, as well as engage with existing ones. And some of you might be like, oh, another Legendary Tech bundle, like, oh, I've seen this before. You'd be surprised that you probably subconsciously go, oh yeah, I'll wait for another one or something. So you'll find that we mix things up quite often here. Fantastic how an idea has come about and what it's doing. Wow, 25 years, that's great. A lot of info. This is only my second live. Oh, Chef, we're like I say, I'm a very open and honest person, so you'll get a lot out of me if you catch me with the right question. What's that, Brave? How we doing, Luke? You good? Like last year, pretty sure they fudged up Big Star and accidentally ended a comp early in error, so rather than relisting it. Ah, yeah, it was quite a big comp as well. But that's the thing, we're not here to move the goalposts. If it's our mistake, it's our mistake. For example, whilst I was live and talking about... we were talking about gay cinemas and sex shops, because the one hotel we were staying in, they were literally either side of where we were staying. I got distracted, and as I put in RNG, I put between 1 and 100 instead of 1 and 600. Found a winner anyway, because it landed within that number range. But it was for £100 store credit. And straight away, I was like, oh, just double check for me, Ray, please, because Ray was over my shoulder. I said, double check, go back on YouTube and watch. Did I put, because I couldn't remember if I put between 1 and 600 in or not, or 1 and 100. So we just drew another winner. It's how you work here. If you do that, you own your mistakes. And as I say, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You mean I shouldn't offer to sell my firstborn for comp tickets down? I better take the listing off eBay. No shame in using a restriction. I only recently come back from 6-month restriction whilst I saved. Well, yeah, well, what Matthew was actually doing, Matthew is like buying some tickets and restricting every week. Now, restriction is a manual process. Now, because I knew he was going away and he was trying to save up for Japan, I literally went, Matthew, this is a manual process. Each time that you submit one, I've got to do it, and I've basically got to manually put it on, manually take it off. I've got like a reminder set up that for when it's due or close to ending. And then I literally said, Matthew, I'm going to leave the restriction on for you because you're saving up to go to travel into Japan. And he went, you know what? Fair enough. After Japan, we'll unrestrict it. So that's what we did. So as much as we, as a business, money is very important. Obviously, an income is important, but we don't want to be putting you in a crappy financial position. That's why we, encourage responsible play. So please take advantage of it if you need it. Give Adam a PS5, an Astrobot bundle. I do quite fancy Astrobot, but I'm trying to be good because of how my brain is wired. Like, ooh, piece of candy. If new stuff comes out, I'm like, oh, I'll play that. Oh, I'll do this. Oh, I'll do that. No, I'm trying to focus. That's why I've not gone back to Battlefield 6, although it's not story driven, or you can play a campaign. I know I'll probably get hooked on that, so I've been like, right, any time that I want to put aside for gaming, or if I need to clear my head and jump on something, I've been trying to stick to Ghost of Yotai. I need to stick to it and stop getting distracted by shiny things, and then play other games. Legend, he bought some Pokemon pack and stuff. Oh, nice. Yep. The trip was legendary, although pretty sure I generally have stress fractures in my heel from all the walk. Yeah, it sounds like you were wearing bad shoes. I know, this is true. But I went live a little bit early. We've got an hour before comps close. And you were spot on, Adam. I need to get through and let you know what's actually ending. But I just, yeah, we've gone through who I am. We've gone through some backstory. We've gone through some Comp City's origin story, if you want to go gamify it. Gone through how you can enter a comp, talked about instant wins, and shown you how RNG works. So yeah, chat, let's all follow suit with Adam and let you know what is ending tonight. So everything I'm about to go through under quest ending is closing at 6 p.m. I always like to use the term with or without you because they will literally close with or without you. Comps close with a guaranteed draw at the point of 6 p.m. unless there's any changes. Like for example, last week we were away, so comps closed at 1. We went live about 3:30, I think it was, in the end, due to traffic and me trying to get everything set up. And then we went and had some beers. We even had a green beer by one of the canals in Ghent, which was absolutely stunning, called Floris. Is it Floris? Do you know what? I gotta... Let's get this in my phone somewhere. I think it was Floris. Okay, Floris. It was, yeah, Floris. Floris. Belgium white fruit beer. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Right, chat, what is ending today? So everything under quest ending, closing at 6 p.m. We got the Nintendo Switch 2 bundle, which includes a new Pokemon game and Mario Kart World as well. Any more Switches left on this? Because this has been dropping some Switches. So we've got 1, 2 tier as well. That was crazy. On like it's like a £4 or £5 order. Bagged 2, I think within 60 tickets. Bagged 2 Switches. Incredible win there. But we've still got 5 instant win Switches. That comp is approaching 50% sold. Now, the more an instant win competition sells, some of you would have heard this before, the more an instant win competition sells, the higher your chances are at finding what's remaining. Because you never... Well... There's what? Five of them have gone in like nearly 50% sold. 4 PCs have gone in 11% sold. So it just goes to show, chat. You just never know when instant wins are going to drop. Alright? Alright? So get yourselves involved. You could win a Switch 2 instantly just by playing that comp. It's only 25p to play. We've then got the 5p version of the RTX 5070 gaming PC or £1,000 cash. Approaching... what's that? Call that around 55, nearly 60% sold, so really good odds anyway. And then there's a 200 total tickets version, which is £12.50 to enter, under 50% sold, so the odds at that main prize are even greater again. So if a comp doesn't sell out, then your odds increase basically, or get lower or whatever. And that's an RTX 5070 gaming PC or £1,000 cash as well. So either way, you could see 5 pence or £12.50 as turning that into a RTX 5070 gaming PC. Touchy subject, or £1,000 cash. Choice is yours there. Speaking of choice, we've got the Choice of Ghost of Yotai PS5 Collector's Edition bundle. So you get your pad, your console, and a digital copy of the game with the console as well. 50 pence an entry, under 50% sold with a guaranteed draw this evening. There's also a £365 cash out on that if you want that instead. We've got the Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet Surge and Sparks booster box. Now this is the booster box that has 36 packs in it. £2 an entry. So really good odds. And if you know, these are worth like, they're a lot of money on their own now for what was, they're like 2-3 times the value of when of RRP now. So yeah, £2 an entry, 36 packs in that. You got the choice of any £250 gift voucher. So whether you want, well, I can use examples there: IKEA, ASOS, Amazon, whatever. £250 voucher, 20 pence an entry. We've got a £100 store credit, which we will be able to top your wallet up directly and allows you to spend on any competitions on the website. You've got the Sabrent Rocket. It's the 2TB NVMe with heatsink. And when reading up on this, it does work in a PS5. So if you want to upgrade your SSD in a PS5, this does work. 35 pence an entry, under, what, 35% sold there. And then we've got the Xbox Elite Wireless Series 2 Core Pad, £2 an entry. Around that 60% sold mark. Again, everything I've gone through has a guaranteed draw. So regardless if they sell out, we still draw them, we still find winners, and that's something we've done for nearly 5 years now. No rollovers. Surge and Sparks is coming back. I know it's a very popular pack. It's one of the reasons that we've done them. We will try and get our hands on the Phasmo. Oh, I can't remember everything. Phasmo something with I know it's got Charizard and stuff on it. So you will see stuff like that. There was the newly released one the other day that we'll get hold of when stock comes back in. The issue is just going to, you know, when you go into the likes of like Smiths or some of our local shops that do Pokemon stuff, like you're limited to 1 per person. So we just tend to sort of have to wait till they land on the eBay. The way my other half is using the Switch one I'm expecting to have to do the stick drift repair soon. Already. Scott, I love farmers. Ales, don't as Chevron about the farmers wine. Siobhan, I love a good wine. I had a mulled wine actually when I was out. Good price on that though. We had like 2 waffles, had some ice cream, and a mulled wine. And because I'd had a drink, I was like, can't be bothered arguing with the price. But like the toppings must have been about £100 each. They weren't really. But it was like the whole order was like €48 for like 2 waffles, some Nutella, some strawberries, some pistachio nuts, 2 scoops of ice cream. But I think you give me 3 or 4, so it was probably. And then the mulled wine as well. I was like, what? But I was just like, at that point, he's made it all. Just beep. Take the moolah, and I'll cry about it later. Good luck, Matthew. I don't know how many hours I put into Ghost of Yota. I've gone up to Toshido Ridge. I've got a fair few armors. I've got most of my stuff is nearly maxed out on the Oreo tree. Oreo? Yeah, when I say that, 'cause I think Oreo. On the tree, I've got the Yoshido, the Kasamagari. Obviously, you start with the katana. I've got the what's the other one called? Beginning with Y, Yari. Got all the weapons basically. Got the blind bombs. Got the fire something scorch bombs. So like I'm fully equipped. I rarely use them. I like just getting stuck in with the weapons and obviously changing the weapon adaptation to whatever is being used against you. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. A bit repetitive when you play like we do, I think, where you're like, ooh, piece of candy, we're gonna start exploring stuff. But yeah, overall, like really, really good game. The odd silly bit in there, obviously, but yeah, I do enjoy it. Oh, see, I'm in the last area and I've barely done those. I've not done Oni yet. I've not done one beginning with K, so I've still got like 3 of those things there. There's that one in the bottom right, which is Sato's thing. I've just been doing all the side stuff. All my any armors I do have are maxed out because I've done so much side stuff. The only thing I haven't got is gun parts yet, which you can further upgrade other bits. But yeah, I've obviously played more than I realized. I think I've just got lost in some of the evenings. Chat, this is time for I can play some sounds to you now. So this is time for the final breakdown, chat. One of them today. So, chat, this is the part I like to call, this is the final breakdown. So the final breakdown is, chat, everything under quest ending is coming to a close at 6 PM. And to be fair, Judy, Ray doesn't really do or get involved in most of the pre-lives. Sometimes chips in on if he's watching on Restream or whatever, but yeah, he's busy. I know he's listening to some comps because I've not had chance today doing mum's job and other bits. There's also payroll today that I've got to sort out. Still have to sorted. There's a small area after Toshiba Ridge. Oni, another name. Yeah, I'm at a point where I need to do one of the bounties. Actually, just reminded me, and I think I need to progress the story more to be able to get the black dye to color whatever armor I've got to go and do this one bounty, because you need to go there at night dressed in black and hit the wood together. So yeah, I'll just have to jump into the missions a bit more and see what I'm doing. 'Cause I've done like I did that much side stuff that when I came to one of the guys who was training me on the weapon, he's like, you need to go out and do this. And what's her name? Oh, Azuna? Oh my gosh, what's her name? Whatever her name is, your character. And she goes, I've already done all that. I was laughing my head off. I was like, oh, I'm glad the game tracks it whilst you're off going elsewhere. So yeah, the black dye merchant that I've met so far, I've got no option to do the black dye, so I assume I've got to do some story missions to get that sorted, because I know she's in an area that's surrounded by Ninetales, basically. That's good. I do like that area, because you think that you can see where they are. Sometimes they're hidden in the bushes or in the trees, but the ones in the snow, they look like they're hidden in, sometimes they look like they're hidden in the bushes. So you're waiting for the bushes, and then all of a sudden you see them pop out the snow. I'm like, they're clever. So chat, the final breakdown is everything under quest ending is closing at 6 p.m. We've got the Switch 2 bundle. That includes the new Pokemon game as well as Mario Kart World. But there are still chances to win Switch 2s instantly, 25 pence an entry. You got the 5p version of the RTX 5070 gaming PC or £1,000 cash. Like I say, 5p an entry, really good odds as it's only just broken that 50% sold mark. We've got 200 total tickets for the RTX 5070 gaming PC or £1,000 cash, so much better odds, £12.50 an entry, under 50% sold. So again, your odds are simply even better for that. We got the choice of Ghost of Yotai PS5 Collector's Edition, 50 pence an entry, and being under 50% sold means a really, really good odds at that main prize. We've got the Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet Surge and Sparks booster box, £2 an entry. This does include 36 packs as well, so it's a 36 pack version. Surge and Sparks. You've got the choice of any £250 gift voucher, 20 pence an entry, under 50% sold, guaranteed draw. The £100 store credit, so Comp City Giveaways store credit, 25 pence an entry. So see this as £100 to be put into your wallet that you can spend on the website on any comp. We've got the Sabrent Rocket 2TB NVMe SSD with heat sinks, which means it can work in your PS5. And then we've got the Xbox Elite Wireless Series 2 Core Pad, £2 an entry. So really good odds tonight overall. Anyway, everything is pretty much under 50% sold with the exception of the odd few. But chat, I've gone through what's ending. I've let you know how you can enter, etc, etc. I'm now going to give you lot a chance to win some store credit. Now chat, how this works, this is for £10 store credit. I'm going to spin the wheel 5 times. All I need from you is a number between 1 and 75. I don't want you swapping or changing that number. Hey, type the correct number this time. I don't want you swapping or changing that number. One number per person. So I'm going to play, what can I play? I need to get some more sounds on here, but I've got some really cool ones. Oh, Julie's favourite. Get your lighters out, chat. Get your lighters out. Right, let's go. I think we've had enough time. We all got our lighters out. 40. Anyone in chat with 40? Got a couple of 40s in chat, but not 40. Right, straight we go again. Julie, that was a swear word. I can read between the lines. Right, we go again. 4 more spins to try and find a £10 store credit winner. I will give you a chance to win some more if you want to play a game of higher or lower. Oh, 74. I was going to say Jared normally goes for 74, and he is in chat, and he has gone for 74. Boosh. So Jared, are you going to play a game of higher or lower, or are you sticking with £10 store credit? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? GG on your win. GG on your win. Right, Jared wants to play. Jared, what I'm going to do, and for those of you that don't know, basically I'm going to shuffle a deck, or try to, because I've got to elevate my hands to the camera. Oh, yeah, I said try to when I dropped them. So basically I'm going to shuffle a deck of cards. I show Jared a card. He says higher or lower. If he wins, he walks away with a £15 store credit. If he loses, he walks away with a £5. But I've also left the jokers in the deck, so if I show a joker whilst doing these cards, he gets an additional £5 anyway. So, right. So the top card is... Ooh, Jack. Now I class King. King is the highest, Ace is the lowest. So you're going to go higher or lower than a Jack. What would you like to do? Down, down, It's kind of funny since I played that, and we got Jack. Let me on that effing door, Rose. There was plenty of room. Jared wants to go lower. Boosh! Lovely jubbly. So we got £15 store credit owed to Jared. Jared, if you can just drop me a message with on Facebook or Instagram, just with the email that's linked to your account, just so I can credit your wallet correctly, and I'll get that £15 mooshed over for you shortly. But chat, it's been emotional. I'm gonna love you and leave you. We will be live from 7 PM to find our winners this evening. Like I say, everything under quest ending is closing at 6. We'll be live at 7, so don't miss out on the amazing odds. And there'll be some more comps going live later. I'll probably stay on a little bit after the draw to get some more up. But other than that, chat, I will love you and leave you. See you in a bizzle.